Hello, gamers. I'm Felonyus. Thanks for being here. Time to play some Magic. It's a Wednesday. And it's a Wednesday for draft. We played a bunch of Pioneer Masters over the past week. Time to dive back into Foundations. Back to these new roots. Let's hop in, see what happens. All right, diving in. Pack one, pick one. What do we have? 2 Vampire Nighthawks. That doesn't seem right. The 2 of the same card could be in this pack. It's kind of awkward taking a Nighthawk and passing a Nighthawk, sending the person to our left into black too. It's a really good card. I don't think anything in the pack is anywhere close to that power level. Grappling Kraken's okay, but not really first pickable. Strix Lookout's good, but also not really what I want to be first picking. Vampire Nighthawk it is. This Lateral Blade of the Elves, but I don't think that card's very good. Arbiter of Woe. It's another black uncommon to follow up our Nighthawk with. This pack has some good cards like Healer's Hawk and Llanowar Elves, but we're going to take Arbiter. Choices. We got Stab and Vampire Gourmand. I think I'm going to take the Stab, but I'm going to miss out on that Gourmand for sure. I think removal is slightly better than Gourmand. Though they are very close. Burglar Rat. Pick 4. Anything else that's screaming at us in this pack? There's a Felidar Savior that looks pretty good. Doorhorn Raider. Maybe Black-Red is open. Strongbox Raider's pretty good. Not necessarily a signal to move into red, but a good card if you're playing red. Wow, pick 5 signals. How about these? Spectral Sailor and Micromancer out of this pack? Wow. I think Micromancer might be a slightly better card, but I'd rather have Spectral Sailor first. Micromancer does get Stab and Eaten Alive, which means it's particularly awesome in blue-black. But Spectral Sailor has a special place in my heart. I'm going to take that. Plus, it's cheaper, and I think those 2 cards are pretty comparable in power level. For 5 mana, you get a 1/1 and draw a card and can draw future cards. Or for 4 mana, you get a 3/3 that draws a card. So Micromancer, you know, mana for mana is better with the first 4 mana you spend on it. But Spectral Sailor has the chance to run away with the game by drawing you multiple cards. And I like 1-drops that have late game value. They tend to be quite good. Okay, interesting. Lots of white cards. A Dracuseth. Pick 6 Dracuseth. Well, I know I mentioned that red seemed like it might be a bit open. But I'm also looking at this Youthful Valkyrie. Because I do like to play white-black. And Youthful Valkyrie is a pretty reasonable card. I just really don't like the idea of playing Dracuseth very much. I'm just going to take Youthful Valkyrie. Here we go. Dismal Backwater. Over in Evolving Wilds. Yeah. Fake Your Own Death, Slumbering Cerberus. All right, so Slumbering Cerberus, if I had taken that Dracuseth, I'd be pretty set up to move into black-red. But I didn't take it. So I'm between Fake Your Own Death and Uncharted Voyage. I'm going to take Uncharted Voyage, I think. Fake Your Own Death. You know what? No, I'm going to take Fake Your Own Death. I don't know if I'm playing blue. Lathril. Lathril on the wheel. Huh. I think I'm going to take Grappling Kraken here over this Fake Your Own Death. It's just a nice card to have on the top end of a blue-black deck. Macabre Waltz works pretty well with Talarian Terror. Gets back some of your high-value creatures. It's not necessarily an auto-include in your black decks. Youthful Valkyrie felt like a good pick because we have some life gain mechanics already, and white-black's a good place to be. I don't mind being in black-red, especially when you see Perforating Artists, but I still don't think Dracuseth is going to be a great card in your black-red decks, unless you have a bunch of Fake Your Own Deaths to use the treasures to ramp, that is. We are seeing white cards here at the end of the pack, which means taking white might have been a good idea. All right, Bake Into a Pie over Rise of the Dark Realms. Rise of the Dark Realms is pretty hilarious. But I'm probably just going to take Bake Into a Pie. 9 mana is a lot. I've played with this card several times, and I mean, yeah, 9 mana is a lot. You got to hit 9, and that is the hardest part. I'm going to take Bake Into a Pie. It's good removal. All right, Hero's Downfall, pack 2, pick 2. A couple solid black removal spells to start off our second pack. More interested in these blue uncommons than these white uncommons. But we'll see what gets passed to us. Coma's pretty funny. I think I'm going to take Tragic Banshee over Think Twice here. Wheeling Think Twice would be cool. Oh, Elenda. Pick 4? Well, it's good to be in white. Elenda's awesome. It'd be nice to have an Evolving Wilds, make her a little more playable, but we're still not even sure we'll play blue. Yeah, Elenda's awesome. Pick 4, that's a good place to be. Hopefully the rest of this pack gives us some heat in white. Scrawling Crawler, that's a good card. Kills your opponent fast, refills your hand. Hard to race. Battlesong Berserker for that black-red deck we saw. I'm going to take Hungry Ghoul here. It's pretty good with some of the things I already have, like Resolute Reinforcements and Burglar Rats. Eaten Alive, pick 7. That's pretty awesome. It's a good sign for us. There was a Dazzling Angel in our first pack. What are the chances we wheel that? I'd like a Dazzling Angel, a Fiendish Panda, 1 or 2 more removal spells, and I'll be happy. Prideful Parent. Yeah, I'll take that over the Sanguine Siphoner. Looks good. We wheeled Rise of the Dark Realms. Do I even want that over the Soul Shackled Zombie? Yeah, I guess so. It's going to be hard to actually cast it, but let's see what happens. Heraldic Banner or a Claws Out. Ooh. I'm going to take Heraldic Banner. Jungle Hollow. Doesn't look like something we'll play. But these do have life gain effects, so it's possible they find their way in. We don't have any life gain payoffs other than Elenda. I suppose that is a reason to play some life gain, but if it's worth playing tapped lands, I'm not sure yet. Another Resolute Reinforcements? Nice. Claws Out would have been fine, but Heraldic Banner at least helps us ramp into Rise of the Dark Realms. Going into pack 3 with a nice shell. Day of Judgment. It's a good card. It's a board wipe. It's going to be our 4th rare. I guess our 3rd rare since we have a mythic. Day of Judgment looks good here. We don't care about Strong Kirk Blood Thief. Maybe we'll wheel Make Your Move, but we're happy. Okay. Choices here. We've got Hero's Downfall and an Infestation Sage. You know, I have 2 Resolute Reinforcements. As much as I would like as many Infestation Sages as I can get, Hero's Downfall is good. I'm going to take another removal spell. Ooh, a Stab, Revengeful Blood Witch. Oh, that's tough. Passing another strong vampire to take a stab. Yep. And I want as many stabs as I can get. Ooh, a Dazzling Angel. Go with our Youthful Valkyrie and Alenda. Removal. Ooh, Bacon to a Pie. We have some Recursion, then we have some Ramp. I like another Bacon to a Pie. We have really good removal in this deck. Fake Your Own Death could be good. Ooh, another Dazzling Angel. Don't mind if I do. I don't really need to try playing Rise of the Dark Realms. I definitely have some ways to make it happen with all the life gain, but it looks like Heraldic Banner will be naming white more often than anything. Having all these flyers and extra token creators. Infestation Sage. Pick 7. That looks good. Over this Mischievous Pup. Mischievous Pup gets back Resolute Reinforcements. Burglar Rat. I'd rather have an Infestation Sage, I believe. Soul Caller. Pick 8. I'll take that over a Soul Shackled Zombie. Heraldic Banner looks a little worse. But I wouldn't play Claws out in this deck anyway. Heraldic Banner looks a little worse without a 9-drop that we need to ramp into, I should say. There's that Make Your Move on the wheel over a Sanguine Siphoner. Wow, another Infestation Sage or a Scoured Barrens? Wow, that's tough. I'm going to take another Sage. And we're going to figure out if we need to make any cuts or if this is a 16 lander. All right. We have a pretty good looking deck here. So many black pips. I don't love the idea of cutting a land. A white-black duel would have been good, but I really like Infestation Sage. That flyer does a lot of work. I think Brideful Parent's probably the worst card in the deck. Though I'd be willing to listen if you try to convince me it's better than Resolute Reinforcements, just because it has extra power. Rise of the Dark Realms with Day of Judgment does seem like a nice little combo. What are my concerns with this deck? Running out of steam and not having much late game. Just have the Soul Caller to get back Alenda with. I have a lot of good removal, flyers, and some ways to draw cards. It's only like 3 or 4 ways to create card advantage in this deck. But it looks consistent. We've got a good game plan with this white-black deck. So let's see if we can pull off that game plan. Enact it, if you will. All right, hopping in. This hand looks keepable. We'll need a second black source for all of our removal spells, but this is a nice curve. Angel into Angel. Angel into Angel into Angel, perhaps. Youthful Valkyrie could get big. Actually, in our deck, I think 3/5 is as large as she gets. We just have the 2 angels. There's another black source. Yeah, I guess we'll just put some more power in the air. Got a nice little clock here. 2 turns. Just going to blow that up with Hero's Downfall. And attack. I had the option of using Burglar Rat and like sacrificing it so that I could keep an instant in my hand for a future turn. But I don't think that's necessary. About to get Blasphemous Edicted. Nope. It's another Treetop Snare Spinner. All right. Let's see. This creature or another creature you control dies. Each opponent loses 1 life. So I don't want that to die, so let's make sure it doesn't. Let's make sure it gets exiled instead. Because if it dies, then my opponent goes to 8, and this doesn't kill him. So exile that and get in for exactly 7. Good game. Angelicious. Good way to start. Let's go again. Oh man, this set's fun. We don't have any of the white-black payoffs, like a Johnny's Pride Mate, or Fiendish Panda, or Cat Collector, or Exemplar Fate. But we have a Lenda, and that's a payoff for gaining life. It's also just nice to be gaining life when you're trying to race, with flyers especially. Waiting patiently in the queue. How about these constructed bands? I'm going to be playing Modern in Portland next year for the SCG Regional Championship. Now, Modern's been thrown on its head with no One Ring. See what exciting decks pop out. Maybe get Splinter Twin back. That's quite a throwback. I remember when Modern first was a format. When Splinter Twin got banned. Pretty cool how things change. I'd like another black mana, obviously. But this is a fine start. Imagine if I curved out with that Vampire Nighthawk. See, he probably has a refute for a Lenda with 2 blue and a black up. So I'm not going to play a Lenda. I'm going to wait till he taps out. I'm actually going to keep this Plains in my hand in case he makes me discard a card. Day of Judgment. I mean, he killed 2 of my cards with that, and only 1.5 of them, because he got 2 of these creatures and only this one creature. So as far as Day of Judgment goes, that's about as good as it gets for us. Now I like Alenda. Does this work the way I want it to? I think so, yeah. So I'll gain a life, then Alenda will become a 5/5 with Menace, and then can't be blocked by the Nighthawk. Beautiful. Very good. If I had hit the Vampire Nighthawk with stab, then I would have been going for lethal. But he had a pump spell, so it wouldn't have worked. He had a stab too, and he just didn't use it to save his Sarah Angel? Whoops. Whoops. I'll grab a Nighthawk. Now, if he has sorcery speed removal for Elenda, or an enchantment. Yeah, so an enchantment or a sorcery to kill it. There we go. Here comes Eaten Alive. Oh, okay, never mind. I was a little optimistic for my opponent there, I'll admit. Okay. So now I'll get to get back my Elenda next turn. That works. Our opponent's putting up a good fight here. Sitting here at 45 health from Elenda. Good game, Hegzilla. You know, if my opponent had used their stab in that combat, because they had stab and fake your own death, and they had the 3 mana to use. Oh, that was it. They didn't have the 3rd mana during combat because they had to use fake your own death, and they used the treasure to cast the stab. Got it. They weren't getting the treasure until after combat happened. So they could not indeed save their creature with stab. Though, what he could have done is stabbed my Dazzling Angel, traded off his Vampire Nighthawk with mine, kept his Sarah Angel, and then used Fake Your Own Death to keep it alive in the future. But I don't think that would have been quite as good because he needed the Vampire Nighthawk to trade with Elenda. Nice to think about, though. Ooh, we have a 1-drop to play. This is a good hand. We will certainly need more lands, but a couple 2-drops to play, bombs, removal. Lands, please. Nice. I'm afraid of a Cathar Commando, so I'm not going to attack with either of the 1/1s. I have a lot of removal. I'll kill that thing. I don't want to go too far below my starting life total. Make sure that Elenda does some work. We got pretty lucky drawing the lands we needed. That was nice. I think I should probably just kill the Perforating Artist and attack with Elenda. I could attack with Elenda, the 1/1, and then play Vampire Soulcaller just to get her back. The reason I didn't like so much killing that thing is because he has plenty of tricks where he can just pump up his Campus Guide and block Elenda. And Sure Strike and Fake Your Own Death are in the set, so I want to play around any of the instant speed tricks he might have. Good game, Big B. Pardon my brief absence. 3-0, white black. Let's keep it going, see if we can get a trophy. It's a good looking hand. I'm pleased. Thought I had some water somewhere. All right. Black blue again. It's interesting. I could have played Resolute Reinforcements, drawn a 2-drop, and then curved out. Probably would have been a better way to use my mana for the sake of racing. But I wanted to make sure that thing died. And to use my mana most efficiently, I thought I would have to untap and play Scrawling Crawler on turn 3. I don't really want to kill his Dreadwing Scavenger. I want it to kill him. If he wants to attack, he's going to take 1 damage from the Scrawling Crawler because he loots with the Scavenger. Scrawling Crawler has dealt my opponent 4 damage. Pilfer away. Tragic Banshee is indeed a 2-for-1. My opponent would like to avoid as many of those as he can. I mean, I might just pass and let him kill himself by drawing cards. I can't really get in any solid attacks without blowing both of my removal spells. I don't really want to blow both my removal spells. My opponent has 3 cards in hand. They could do all sorts of things. Sprawling Crawler will kill them eventually. He's drawn more cards. I'm going to let that through. We're going to take 2 from the Gourmand. If he doesn't play blockers, then we can stab the Dreadwing Scavenger. Hey, I have lands to discard. Well, one of them. Scrawling Crawler, doing work. That was a good play. My opponent doesn't take an extra damage, but he still draws a card. We'll get the Scrawling Crawler back out. Draw a card, make a 1/1, make a 4/3. Our opponent's doing lots of cool stuff. Yep, not going to get rid of my opponent's draw engine. I'm going to let them dink themselves away by drawing cards. Hey, yeah, take some more. Draw some more cards. Why not? Vampire Soul Caller doesn't really accomplish anything, so pass. Probably want to get rid of that before he attacks with it. Our opponent's at 1. Got him. Good game. Scrawling Crawler could not be stopped. Oh, pardon my yawn. 4-0. First pick, Vampire Nighthawk into Arbiter of Woe, and I do like having Heroes Downfalls. I think it might perform worse than Bacon to a Pie in this set, but it is pretty strong. Being a 3-drop means it's cheaper. So even though it doesn't make you a food, it's still an instant. And that kills Planeswalkers. And I have definitely used Heroes Downfall to kill Planeswalkers on multiple occasions. And this is a fun set. I like Foundations a lot. This hand will not do it for us. Huh. Well, I suppose I'll keep this. This is the worst hand we've had to keep so far today. Next time we can discard a Plains if we have to discard a card again. Wow, this Day of Judgment could be awesome. The Day of Judgment will have to wait. Another Plains, eh? You must have a fake your own death. Or a tragic banshee. Just gonna let the one come through. Not too worried about whatever white-black raid creature he has. More concerned with a tragic banshee. Get a swamp, please. No swamps. 0 swampidoos. 0 swamps so far. All right. Well, that's 6 turns. We'll see if we can draw one. Two-thirds left of the deck. We have 9 swamps in there. Here comes a pump spell. Ah, what a beautiful thing. What a beautiful thing. When we just get to Day of Judgment our opponent. Kill 5 of their creatures. Yep. Day of Judgment kills all of your creatures. And let's see if they have a good card left in their hand that we get to steal with this burglar rat. We sure do. Oh, brutal. We got 5 cards for the price of 2. Pardon me. Sprawling Crawler. Do I want to give my opponent more cards? Or do I just want to gain some life and stay out of range? Yeah, I'll give my opponent more cards. See, I have him in 4 turns. He has me in 11. I like this race. These are rates that I can get behind. Our opponent's got a pretty imbalanced land to spell ratio right now. 7 spells, 9 lands. That's pretty rough. Soul Shackled Zombie looks pretty good. Reducing our life total even further. I think that's worth baking to a pieing based on the way this board looks. Because him having that out there keeps me from attacking for 5. I would much rather attack. I guess I should wonder if I should be playing around my opponent's board wipes being in a white-black deck. Nice. They got our scrolling crawler after he did a lot of work. It's not quite game, but that's pretty close. All right. We're weak to a Rise of the Dark Realms here. Good game. Good game. We're weak to a 9-drop mythic. Aren't we all weak to 9-drop mythics? Five and 0. This is going well. Let's play more. Play another one. I'm having fun with this white-black deck. I'm drawing well. I did navigate through some difficulty last game, but I mean, I top decked Day of Judgment while my opponent's board was full, so no complaints here. Just had to make sure our opponent emptied out his hand to deal with our threats before Day of Judgmenting, and yeah, that worked out quite well. This hand does not look very good, but it does have my mana and some removal, so I'm inclined to keep it. I forget what's in the set. Is it Burst Lightning? Yeah, it's Burst Lightning. I'm playing too much Pioneer Masters. Alenda Saint of Dust might be unbeatable for our opponent. In a blue-red deck, they have Incinerating Blast, I suppose. Ah, that's a good answer to Alenda. Wow, what a good answer. Here's an Incinerating Blast. Does he have it? Nobody has something. Does he have Sure Strike? If he has Sure Strike, I'm screwed. I want to be able to untap with Bacon to a Pie up to protect it. What? What the fuck? Oh, what a joke. That was fucking silly. I guess I should have traded off with Alenda. Whoops. Oh, that was stupid. Our opponent is not going to win any other games with that deck. Trying to bolt wave your opponent, imagine. Oh, that's awesome. I can't believe we just lost a bolt wave. Bolt Wave, Burst Lightning, Goblin Surprise all in one turn to add 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. Hilarious. We'll see if there's an Eaten Alive. I don't love the idea of using my removal here, but I'm going to make sure Alenda can connect. I'm glad he double blocked so that I can actually deal some damage here. He brings back nothing because that has 0 power when it dies. Tragic Banshee is a very good answer for Fiendish Panda. You might have a Fake Your Own Death again. Or a removal spell. Maybe you make your move. Joust through is pretty good. Now Alenda's a 10-10. Good game. Protection from instants. I guess hexproof from instants. What an ability. All right, we're 6-1 after losing to Bolt Waves. Oh, that was awesome. All right, 6-1. Let's get our trophy. One more game. And we got past Alenda in pack 2 because we stayed open and saw the signal that white was open after taking a bunch of black cards. It's nice to get rewarded when you draft right. It doesn't always happen, but we talk about playing for our outs. You know, maximizing the value of each of your cards and living long enough where whatever card you draw might help stabilize you so you can win the game. We do the same thing when we draft, you know, maximize your outs when you draft so that if you do get past something wild, that you have the chance to play it. And that's called staying open, which is why it's nice to, you know, commit to one open color in the first pack that looks powerful without committing to a second color until you see what's open. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. Sometimes you just find the signpost uncommon or a rare, and then you force that color pair, and it ends up working out. Because even if you don't get the premium commons from that color pair, you're going to get commons and uncommons in that color pair, and then your rares kind of help finish the deck and make it strong. Anyway, let's get one more win, and then we'll do another draft. It's likely my opponent has a stab, but we're going to play into it. It might just be a fake your own death. Looks like it's a stab. No? Not a stab. So maybe it is fake your own death. Or he wants to draw a card from the scrawler. He definitely still has stab. I could have been safe and killed Tiny Bones on my turn, but I wanted him to tap his mana. I don't have any way of getting Hero's Downfall back. I don't really care that it gets exiled. Well, I'm glad I got rid of Tiny Bones before he made me discard any cards. It would have made saving back this Day of Judgment pretty awkward. This might look weird because he had a creature advantage, but now I have a creature advantage and he has to play things out. If he blows up my Arbiter and plays a creature, I'll get a lot more value out of the Day of Judgment. Using Stab on the Soul Shackled Zombie felt correct. And this is a trade I'm happy to make. Get back our Arbiter of Woe. Nice. This is looking like a juicy Day of Judgmentable board, isn't it? I'll take 4. I'll attack for 3. And I'll blow shit up. Pretty strong. I think I just have to kill this as opposed to getting his last card. Wow. We had Pilfer. Damn. All right, no longer winning the race. Wow. I have a tragic banshee in here somewhere. What a joke. You got another Arbiter of Woe. Wow. Yeah, our opponent won that top deck war pretty hard. If we had just played our Arbiter of Woe to get their last card, we might have been able to stabilize long enough to kill his Arbiter of Woe. That one less card is probably why we're going to lose. Our opponent drew really well in that top deck war. And we did not. Yeah, too many lands. That was rough. That was our game. Our opponent just played too many Arbiter of Woes after we have Day of Judgmented. Them getting our Arbiter of Woe with the Pilfer, that was brutal. That they won the game with that luck. Us being at less than 10 life and him having a 5 power flyer, I didn't like the idea of playing my own Arbiter of Woe and then having to trade with his, but I mean, that would have given me an extra card, given him one less extra card, and then I would have gained life, he would have lost life. I probably would have won the race, so that was my mistake. It wasn't necessarily a mistake, it was a judgment error. I chose one path to be the more conservative path, and I got punished for it. That's just how Magic is. Sometimes you get punished for making a play. Now, what we don't know, did my opponent top deck that Pilfer, or was it the last card in their hand? Because if they top deck that Pilfer after I play Arbiter of Woe, get their last card, then they get our Bacon to a Pie. And then we have to trade with the Arbiter. And then we don't get the life gain from that. So, yeah. I don't know. Didn't seem like the best option. Either way, we were going to be in trouble. But it's worth thinking about the plays, the decision points in the game where the game went a different direction. Because that's when you identify what the best plays are to make. Should I have started racing here? Did I kill the wrong creature? Seen a lot more plains than swamps with this deck, and I don't like it. I'm thoroughly annoyed. Having 9 black sources yields me 1 swamp so often. This is not good. We're gonna struggle to compete in this game unless we get a land. There it is. Such bad luck. I mean, I could block here to, yeah, let's do that. I can attack for 6, Bacon to a Pie his guy. Or just hold back, try to make use of this Day of Judgment. I want him to attack me, I think. I want him to play his spells to get rid of my creatures as opposed to me playing mine to get rid of his. We'll see who blinks first. I'll make the Hungry Ghoul bigger. Okay. Okay. He gets to play as Marauding Blight Priest now. I think I just want a single block so that I can actually play Arbiter of Woe. That's pretty funny. What's our opponent's last card? Ooh, an Atali? Nice. That is a big old creature. My opponent wanted to wait till he had the haste to play it. I'll take it. Well, I don't love this, but it is what it is. We just aren't in a great position to be top decking. Our opponent has more lands in play than us. Yeah, like that's a pretty bad position to be in. That's pretty lucky. God damn. This guy's top decks are nuts. He just had too many threats. We were forced to use that Day of Judgment too early. Probably going to lose this game. Well, that's one way out. Another bacon to a pie and 2 stabs. They would be very good. Vampire Soul Caller. Just hoping I draw something here that I can block with. Come on, dude. What a fucking joke. Just top deck 3 lands in a row? Shafted hard. Nah, that was shitty. Good games. We had fun playing white-black. Couldn't get our trophy because we suck. Good game. Good games. That was some rough luck. Yeah, we went 5-0 undefeated, then lost a game to Bolt Wave, and then got our 6th win, and then lost our last 2. How many times have I gone 6-3 with this set? Fuck. Far too many. At least 4 different drafts where I've gone 6-3 instead of getting a trophy. Man, I suck. All right, let's play some. Yeah, I guess let's play Foundations again. Fuck. Fucking hard to climb. It should have been an easy 7-1. Our 9th game. That opponent got really lucky. We could have played our Day of Judgment a little bit different in that 3rd game, but our last 3 top decks were just fucking lands. Like, what can you do? We played that 3rd game perfectly. And that 2nd game we played really well too. So, what can you do? Perfect play does not always lead to a win. Giada, Font of Hope, Bacon to a Pie. A couple good choices here. I like starting off with Giada. She is quite strong. Yeah, I'll take Giada first pick. Luminous Rebuke second pick. Over an Eaten Alive. I don't want Krenko. Just past Slagstorm. Whoever's to my left is going to play red, not me. God damn. Tough choices here. Why do all of these cards have to be in the same pack? This is annoying. I do like Phyrexian Arena, especially with this Fiendish Panda. I don't think the Fiendish Panda could possibly wheel. Any of these white cards could wheel. I mean, I could just be safe and take the Felidar Savior, but I think I'd rather take Healer's Hawk this early. But a bigger part of me just wants to take this Spectral Sailor and move into white-blue. So many white cards, but I'm going to take Spectral Sailor. Here we go. Here's a Dazzling Angel. A Joust Through over a Vanguard Seraph, I believe. Ooh, Angel of Finality. There's another Angel for Giada. I'm going to take this Thornwood Falls because it is a white or a blue land that gains life over this Light Shell Duo, I think. Light Shell Duo would send a signal, wouldn't it? Chances of me actually splashing green. I guess Tatiova is a card that I have a chance to splash for. I'll take Thornwood Falls, just in case. Cathar Commando, looks good. Wheeling a Mischievous Pup or a Blossoming Sands out of pack 1. Mischievous Pup, just having 1 toughness, I feel like it's just not very good. It can save things on occasion, though. I'm just going to take the land in case I can actually play a green card. Here's another Blossoming Sands. Hold up. Nessian Hornbeetle? Are we getting past green-white instead of the Spectral Sailor? I will take a Nessian Hornbeetle. That card's good over that Blossoming Sands. Cathar Commando, an Eager Truffle Snout. All right, I mean, we're wheeling some really good green cards. Maybe white-green is going to be the answer. Damn. Bloodthirsty Conqueror. That is such a bomb. I mean, I have Grow from the Ashes. I could splash for this. Double black. We really didn't get past any black cards last pack. I think trying to make this work could be foolish. But I don't think Luminous Rebuke is good enough to justify taking. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to pass on the Bloodthirsty Conqueror. I don't think black is in our range of colors to play this draft. Spectral Sailor looks good. Ooh. An Essence Scatter or a Healer's Hawk? I'm going to take Healer's Hawk. There's that Empyrean Eagle for our white-blue Flyers deck. Another Spectral Sailor or a Big Fin. I'm going to take another Spectral Sailor. Take as many of those as I can get. Micromancer gets Joust through for now. And we'll have to get a Fleeting Flight for it to grab as well. Run Away Together, Icewind Elemental. I do like Make Your Move. I feel like it's been overperforming for me. I'm going to take that instead. Ooh, another Icewind. I'm going to take Heraldic Banner to try and name blue, probably. Heraldic Banner is pretty good in the Flyers deck, if you ask me. Lots of decent green cards getting passed our way, but I think we can avoid playing green still. It's getting harder. It's getting harder. And blue almost looks like a splash. I guess not. I have 5 green and 5 blue cards. I'd really just like to play white-blue Flyers with good removal. But I'm not against playing all of these green cards, if I must. They aren't bad. Here we go. Leyline Axe. Now that is a card especially good in your Flyers decks. Another Joust through. Oh, excuse me. There's that Tatiova. If I had taken another Blossoming Sands over that Nessian Hornbeetle, I'd probably put this in. As it stands, however, I think Banishing Light's probably our best pick next to this Think Twice. Another Banishing Light or a Claws out? Probably Banishing Light. I want to take care of my opponent's creatures, draw cards with Spectral Sailor. I just don't think Claws out is what this deck wants. I make a lot of flyers. It's not like I have ways to create multiple creatures, so I just don't like Claws out very much in this list. Doesn't look like Tolarian Terror is all that good for us, so I'll take a Make Your Move. We'll see if a second one makes the deck. Probably not. Aegis Turtle's a fat butt to block with. Do I want that over the Rune-Sealed Wall, though, is the question. I'll just take the wall. Rune-Sealed Wall actually sets up your draws, too. Ooh, Vanguard Seraph. I'll play that. Run Away Together or an Elementalist Adept. I'll take a Runaway Together. I'm probably not going to play either one. We got a Claws out anyway. And I still don't really like the look of it. This deck looks like it might want to play... No, I was going to say 16 lands, but with Spectral Sailor, we really just want to hit all of our land drops. Is Witness Protection worth a slot over a second Make Your Move? Probably not with all my Cathar Commandos. I don't like the idea of only 7 islands, though. That's what the recommender wants me to do. Yeah, this deck doesn't look that good just because I don't have any Feybloom tricks. Or Youthful Valkyries. But Leyline Axe might be able to get us there. 7 islands to go with all these Spectral Sailors. There's just not that many blue cards in the deck. All right, let's give this a shot. Foundations. We went 6-3 with our first deck. Let's see what we can do here. We get to start with Leyline Axe, and we have some removal. Top deck Giada. Get stabbed. Maybe he wants to wait to stab until I equip. I bet he has a Make Your Move. I mean, we know he has stab. Well, we think he has stab at least. It seemed like the most mana efficient thing to do. I could have used Cathar Commando to blow up Vanishing Light. Wait a second. I can play Dazzling Angel. And it gets bigger. Probably has Eaten Alive. Oh, there we go. He does have Make Your Move, as I suspected. Can I get an island, please? No island. I think he has Stab, but he doesn't want to use it. He will on this Cathar Commando, though. So that I can't get back the Banishing Light, probably. Maybe not. Drawing the land makes it so I could equip and sacrifice in the event he has some sort of trick. He does have a trick. I'd like a land so that I can double spell with Seraph and Luminous Rebuke. Nice. Got him. I don't have blue mana, but I do have a Vanguard Seraph on turn 3, and I'm on the play. Let me see if we can make it work. Oh, forgot to unmute myself at some point in the last game. Probably after I coughed. This looks solid. I will Banishing Light his tiny bones so I can double spell next turn. Part of me wanted to just Luminous Rebuke it because it was a tapped creature. Ooh, there we go. Something to kill with our Cathar Commando. Wow, that's a really good draw. He gets to spend all of his mana. Just to get jousted through. I'm just going to blow this up. If he didn't have Infestation Sage, I would definitely attack through, but he does, so I won't. I don't want to have to use removal on Infestation Sage. Nice. He gets to raid. Does he get to survive, though? No, he's not going to survive. Good game. Climbing our way back up. 4-0. See if we can get a few more wins. This hand looks good. There's not much of a curve in it, but I do have a Healer's Hawk and some interaction. Our opponent didn't play anything for the first 3 turns. Okay. Well, make your move and Banishing Light don't take care of that since it has Ward. But Joust Through does a pretty good job killing it. Nice. We couldn't stop the raid. That creature needed momentum in order for our jousting spear to puncture them. You can't just joust a stationary target, duh. I have another Make Your Move to deal with that Sylvan Scavenging, but let's just take care of this so that he doesn't get any value off of it. All right, fine. I'll Banishing Light that too. Could we draw some creatures? Do those exist in our deck? No, just lands. Just lands. We've got 5 spells to a solid 9 lands right now. 5 spells, 9 lands. All right. All right. We drew a 6th spell before our 10th land. That's a good sign. I don't know if it's a good game. I have 9 fucking lands over here, dude. Does he notice that I have twice the number of lands he does? Oh, that was a good draw. That was a very good draw. Good play for our opponent. That is quite a card. I don't know. I might have an answer. I don't think so. Nope. They did. I have to kill Chandra. Well, it seems I have made a mistake. I needed to play Angel of Finality last turn to put on the clock. I didn't expect my opponent to put 18 power and trample on the board. Wow. Let's see here. What do you get? Cathar Commando. Yeah, we have a couple outs. We didn't draw one of them. Will we draw another one of them? Oh, damn. So close. That Chandra was good. Chandra's tough to beat. Oh, that was brutal. We should have won that match. Play Angel of Finality instead of keeping up the Cathar Commando. I mean, it made sense that he attacks for 7. I block one of them, and then I blow up that thing, and then he plays creatures. I didn't expect him to drop an 18 power before combat. That was stupid. What's up, Sager? Don't stream snipe me, bro. met this guy at a local shop this winter. Looks like he has a burst lightning. No? Okay. Yada, pretty good. Three drop removal spells to take care of each other's creatures. I had to kill his 2-drop. He killed my 3-drop. I'd rather draw a card off this Spectral Sailor than anything else. Going wide with red-white. Five. Yeah, that's cool. Vanishing Light to take away our Micromancer. Wow, nice. All right, we'll gain some life and go to 4 here. And then I play Giada. And I pass. To blow up that. Yeah, I could have make your move to the quick draw katana, but I'm just gonna get rid of that, gain some more life. Wow. What a top deck from our opponent. Good game. Well played, Sager. All right, 4-2 with this deck. We just got our second loss from a friend, and we're moving on. That was a good game. 2 heroic reinforcements. Wow. Had I played the... Yeah, I mean, make your moving the quick draw katana would not have been good for us because we would have gained even less life. So we played that really well. Our opponent just had an extra heroic reinforcements. You know, that was pretty lucky. Good games. Well played, Sager. Yeah, that's pretty strong. I try to avoid red-white in this set pretty hard, just because red is so bad. But heroic reinforcements is awesome. No, keeping 1 sailor back was a bad idea. I needed to race you. Blocking with a 1/1 wouldn't have helped. Not dying that turn would have been good for me, but that was a good game. Well played. Oh, that was not the attack button. I think I just hit the don't attack button on my Spectral Sailor. Whoops. Throwing me off my game, Sager. Well played. I mean, yeah, Captain Hindsight, of course, holding back a sailor, and I don't die that turn, but that's not good practice. Just because it would have worked once doesn't mean it's good practice to do it every game. I needed to try and race you there. But that's a good point. Definitely worth thinking about. It's going to be tough to beat a Rabo. Especially with our opponent's fight spell. No fight spell. What did they fight? They killed the Vanguard Seraph? That's pretty bad. I guess I can block a Wary Thespian with one of them. Just block the Wary Thespian with Cathar Commando. Good game. Well, that's a way to end it. Close to being able to race our opponent, too. Empyrean Eagle off the top. Couldn't do it. Arabo coming around twice was too much for us. Our opponent had a very good banishing light for our banishing light, and that was the game. All right, 4 and 3. I'll take it. Not as well as we usually do, but oh well. Good games. Let's go one more draft before the day's over. Play some Pioneer Masters. Back to this wacky set. I went 6 and 3 and 4 and 3 today. That is passable. 10 and 6. Not the worst day. Pretty bad when you're trying to climb back up. Oh well. We're having fun. All right, Pioneer Masters. I see some gates. I don't see anything else that screams at me here. Yeah, see the District Guide of the Gates Ablaze? We're going to take Gates Ablaze, see if we can wipe the board a few times. Jace Memory Adept. I hate this card. I think it's shitty design to bring back into Pioneer. I think it should not be in a limited environment. We're going to play it. District Guide. See a Dimir Guildgate here. Over these Opal Lake Gatekeepers or a Pilgrim's Eye. This set's fun to draft. You can put on blinders and just go with a strategy you think will work. Specifically with Gates. If you open up some of these good Gates cards, then you can just pick Gates and end up getting the good cards, and your deck will be fine. Otherwise, it's like green-white auras or... I mean, green-white auras is one of the coolest decks. You just put Alpha Authority on something and then Unflinching Courage, and then it beats them down. Hexproof, Trample, Lifelink, and you give it Double Strike. That deck's a lot of fun to play. Gates is even more fun, though. Especially when you do things like Guild Summit. That's a fun card to play with. Lots of decent cards in this pack, but I like the Grixis Guild Gates that allow us to play Dreadbore and such. Huh. Some decent cards in this pack. Voyaging Satyr looks like a possible pickup, but I think I'm just going to go with the Guild Gate. Red-white isn't quite as attractive as some of the other ones. I really don't like Pelagia Archaeologist in my Gates decks, just because it mills the gates that you're looking for. Voyaging Satyr would be a fine pick here to go with our district guide. But it's not so good I want to take it over a gate, so I'm going to take this. Balaged Recovery or a Boulder Salvo? I don't know. I think I want Balaged Recovery like a little bit more. But only a little bit. I'm going to take Balaged Recovery just because it's a land and it slips into the deck. It's a free slot. Ooh, Simic Guildgate or a Crowl Harpooner. And Crowl Harpooner is really good. I don't want to pass that, even though there's a Simic Guildgate here. This is a really good 2-drop. Ooh, a District Guide on the wheel? We got Gates Ablaze and District Guide out of this pack. Nice. Opal Lake Gatekeepers looks solid. Selesnya Guildgate over this Essence Scatter. I guess Essence Scatter isn't as good in the Guild's deck, or in the Gates deck, just because you're not leaving up 2 open mana very often. Another Gatekeepers. Sajiri Shelter, I guess. I'll take a Stampeding Elkherd. This pack's got a lot of stuff in it. I think Draconic Roar is probably our pick here over this Ultimate Price. I do have a couple black sources already. Maybe Ultimate Price is the best pick. If it is, it's not by much. But I will take this. Ruinous Path. There's a Gatebreaker Ram. I'm going to take that Gatebreaker Ram over a Ruinous Path, over a Gruul Guildgate, over an Undead Butler. Boulder Salvo or a Courier's Briefcase? I think I'd rather have a Courier's Briefcase in this deck. There's another Boulder Salvo or an Izzet Guildgate. I think Izzet Guildgate's probably where my head's at. Here's another solid gate over a Treasure Cruise. Courier's Briefcase again over a Kabira takedown. There's a Colony Ambush or an Orzhov Guildgate. Let's see. I don't have Orzhov yet. Yeah, I'll take a 7th gate. There's a Satyr over a Dregmangler. Nyx Weaver. What's this? I don't want that. Zorius Guildgate is a card. I think I'm going to take Voyaging Satyr here. Yeah, I have 2 Courier's Briefcases. I'll take the Guildgate. Gnarlback Rhino. That looks solid. Audacity. I'm taking Audacity just because I took that Gnarlback Rhino. And we're definitely playing green cards. I don't need a second Azorius Guildgate, though I wish I had taken that Voyaging Satyr. Nessian Asp looks fun. See if it makes it in there. Couple Dregmanglers. Here's a Dread Boar. Yeah, I like Dread Boar. We're gonna try and mill our opponent out with Nessian, with Jace. So whatever we can do to get to that point. 20 cards. We need 3 more playables. That's it. All right, I'll take a Golgari Guildgate then. Kiora the Crashing Wave. Kiora the Crashing Wave is pretty cool. I don't necessarily think she's great, but she is pretty cool. Am I going to take Kiora over this Dreadbore or this Gruul Guildgate? Yeah. We like Planeswalkers. They're fun to play with. A Golgari Guildgate. Or a Leaf Crown Dryad. Let's take the gate. There we go. There's a Clear Shot. I like that card. Kabira Takedown. Gurmag Angler or another Guildgate. I do have a fair number of black sources. Another Clear Shot. Ooh, there we go. Honored Hydra. That'll be a good top end. Simic Guildgate. Over a Savage Punch. Conclave Naturalist looks playable. Wholesome Rasa or another Gnarlback Rhino or the Gruul Guildgate. Wow, choices, choices. I like another Gnarlback Rhino with 2 clear shots in my deck. I might cut a couple of these gates that I don't want, the ones that are tapping for white mana mostly. White, black, and white, blue. A little out of place. White, red, and white, green look good. Four red sources. Three, four, five, six blue sources. Five black sources? Doesn't seem right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 green sources. Seems like a fine number. I think we need one more land, though. I have 9 gates. I think that's enough. I don't know if I need to put in 2 more tapped lands just because. I feel like Dreg Mangler has been overperforming. But maybe I just want to put in one of these bigger creatures over the third one. Wait. What do I have too many cards now? Oh, I still had to make a cut. Part of me wants these Dreg Manglers in here. Over this Nessian Asp. Nessian Asp is just such a good blocker. The reach on it, and I don't have that much reach. Or flying, for that matter. Alright, let's play some gates. No green mana here. I go first. Wow, this is tough. I don't think it was that tough. I just liked the idea of a Dreg Mangler with green and black mana in my hand. What are you doing, opponent? Wow, the Gatebreaker Ram. Let's kill that. That doesn't make it dead. Another big old creature. I'm prepared for whatever combat tricks our opponent decides to use. It's cool. They got a 2-for-1 with clear shot. Pretty good. Ouch. Try to race him with the Naturalist instead of trying to block. Blocking would have been a bad idea. Honored Hydra. Another lethal creature our opponent has to deal with. Good game. Ooh, in the 900s? I'm terrible. Thanks for watching anyway. All right. 1-0 with our Gates deck. Let's see if we can climb up with a good 7 wins trophy deck here. This looks playable. Pardon me. Emo Jace. We do like when Emo Jace is in our hand. I don't think this is a very healthy card for limited, but oh well. So our opponent's on the District Guide plan. I'm going to play Dreg Mangler. Since I don't need a land from District Guide next turn, I thought this would be a better way to handle it. I'll trade with his Zathrid Necromancer if he wants to. I guess not. Indeed, I will not be trading with anything this turn. Oh, is he going to kill Dreg Mangler with Goblin Heel Cutter too? That'd be really strong. Older Salvo. Nice. Hopefully we can get our opponent with this combination of goodies next turn. During their turn, I should say. They can play the Heel Cutter. I can clear shot. And then they just have to wait, I suppose. Oof. Yeah, I mean, our opponent had a great curve. They had a removal for both of our creatures. What can you do? Goblin Heel Cutter is pretty impossible. He had removal to back up the Heel Cutter, so that's game. That game was less than fun. Goblin Heel Cutter is brutal. If we just play our Dreg Mangler and don't attack, then we have a good blocker against the 2/2s. Sort of. He had Draconic Roar anyway. There was no way we were winning that game against Heel Cutter on the draw. That's the problem with Heel Cutter, is that you literally cannot beat the card if you're on the draw and your opponent curves out. And we had an answer, but our opponent had more removal. What can you do? All you can do is play your best, which is good when you are the best. Not with this hand, though. This hand looks better, but also kind of bad. All the possibilities for my opponent. I can't even imagine. He has two creatures and he's in red-white. He can do anything. Oh man, playing against the red-white deck sucks. You just roll over and get fucked. Watch them cast all their spells in succession. Well, Kaora's gonna gain me some life. That is it. What can you do? If I had kept this island in my, yeah, I mean, having if I had 7 cards, then I'd win this game easily. I would have been able to play a 4-drop on turn 3, but skipping my turn 3, not playing anything, we lost the game. That was boring. Heel cutter again. God, this format's fucking brutal. Well, we should win a lot more games than this, so let's see what happens. The 1 and 2 queue taking a while. The trash queue taking its time. Yeah, Sager. Pioneer Masters has been it's been fun just for some of the throwback cards. I never got to play with a lot of these cards because I wasn't playing right after Rise of the Eldrazi. So there's like a couple years worth of sets there that I didn't experience. So it's been fun seeing those. I was definitely playing in guilds and in Ravnica Allegiance and War of the Spark where you see some of the other cards, but um yeah, I've been having fun with this set, but the red deck is too strong and it's boring to play against. It is a pretty shitty experience in best of one to have a red deck like that. Goblin Heel Cutter. Well, I wonder where that card was first printed. I've never seen it before. And cons, Fate Reforged. Yeah, I guess the dash is the Mardu signpost ability. Speaking of planeswalkers that are unbeatable. God damn. Oh, Jesus. This set's fucking brutal. All right, we'll see if he has an answer for a 6/6. Fate Reforged is a really fun set to add into Chaos drafts. I remember doing a Chaos draft with Fate Reforged, Modern Horizons, and what was the other set? Maybe it was just another Masters set. But Fate Reforged is like a very high power level set to begin with, from what I recall. But I didn't play the draft itself, so. What will our opponent do against this Gatebreaker Ram? He's just going to take the Glorious Anthem from Gideon? All right. I mean, it's a good Glorious Anthem. Doesn't go away. The Glorious Emblem, if you will. I would like one more defensive creature before I start going off with Jace. Draw me a land here. Can I get a gate? There we go. Yeah, I mean, he could have just kept making 2/2s, and I might have been in trouble. Okay. Wait, that's the play? Do I just clear shot my opponent here? He doesn't have anything. Just complete blowout. Complete blowout it is. Oof. Take like a 4 for 1. I think that's a four cards for a clear shot. Yeah, I'll just pass. I could have just dropped the Crawl Harpooner to have one more body. But we'll see. Maybe he'll play a flyer and I want to kill it. All right. I think it's time to Jace. Unless it's time to just District Guide, get a land, Dragmang. Yeah, I don't need to play Jace yet. Jace can kill him in 2 turns. So I don't need to start that clock now. I'm just getting a regular land so I can grab this Dragmangler. Knight of the White Orchid's pretty good. All of his creatures having +1/+1. I do want to end this game sooner than later. Okay. You have Swift Reckoninged my 2/4. Now it feels like it's time to play Jace. Man, milling 10 cards. Brutal. I've lost to this card twice. And the second time I saw it coming. The first time I did not. But it'll get you good. Usually it comes down and just mills your opponent twice late in the game and then kills them. We're going to have to do it a third time. How'd you do with that red-white deck, Sager? Did you get a trophy with it? That was pretty sweet. The planeswalkers that are in this Pioneer set are hilarious. My opponent has 2 planeswalkers at least in their deck. That's awesome. Gideon's a good one. A Johnny Mentor of Heroes, I imagine in Limited is just fine, putting 3+1/+1 counters onto things. Yeah, 6 and 3. Nice try. 6 and 3 is a good run. I've gone 6 and 3 way too many times with this set. But it's fun. 6 and 3, you're still doing well. Hard to be mad at that. I could just kill his Ajani and then blow up the board. Nice, nice, Sager. Yeah, I played what was my first Foundations deck today? Played green white. I don't know if I have my 17 lands from this morning. Oh well. Yeah, I've had a lot of fun just playing Gates. Chromanticore is one of my favorite cards to play with in this set. It's really silly. 7 mana, you put it on something, it gets flying, trample, vigilance, lifelink, and first strike. Though I have plenty of times played the Gates deck and just gotten steamrolled by some mono red X deck or something like that. Yeah, people are picking up on it. Totally. I mean, Gate Colossus is nuts. If you get that card, just play Gates and win. I had an opponent drop 3 Gate Colossuses on me for like 1 mana apiece in a turn. Oh, it was awesome. Okay. This looks like a fine hand. Just play the Harpooner, start getting in there. My opponent might have like a Basilica Screecher, though, with black. I don't know. I don't want to play Crawl Harpooner yet. Take 2 from a guide. I can block it next turn with a Gatekeeper. It's a pretty good drop. Turn 4. I might just chump block. 5 damage. No, I won't. I'll just play Crawl Harpooner next turn so that I can double block the Incarnate. Unless I draw an untapped land, then I'll be tempted to play the Honored Hydra. Though it would have been nice to have the Harpooner out for a double block here. I don't need another gate, do I? No, I don't need another gate. What was that? Kozilek's return? Oh, Jesus. Another mythic. We're going to lose to another mythic. Just wipe the whole fucking board. Yeah, I guess playing that Crawl Harpooner at any point would not have been very good. Just Kozilek's return the whole board. He could have done that last turn, too. Wow. Oh, Ultimate Price is so useless here. It kills nothing. That's funny. About to get Essence scattered, too? All right, here we go. Oh, thanks, Sager. Appreciate you being here. Thanks, man. Enjoy your day. Hope to see you on the ladder in the future. Man. Ultimate Price looks pretty solid here. Nessie and Asp can attack for a lot. I'm afraid of him playing a gate next turn and negating my clear shot. Supernatural stamina to get back his Tomebound Lich. And he draws a gate. Wow, what a rip. Do I get to blow up the whole board here? Let's see if these two creatures can finish it off for us. Good game. What a match. I thought we were in trouble when our opponent played Kozilek's Return. Oh man, that was a good game. I didn't think we were going to get that one. What time is it? All right, quick break, and I'll be back. right, we're back at it. 3 and 2. See if we can go positive instead of just even. Is this our 4th draft? No, this is only our 2nd one. Only our 3rd draft. We did 2 Foundations drafts, going 10 and 6. What are we, 13 and 8 right now? Sounds like a Wednesday to me. This hand's good. More Planeswalkers. Oh, it's annoying that I have to use my mana that way. Oh, damn. Audacity would have done it. 3 toughness is not usually enough to block hero because whatever pumps him, he gets a +1/+1 counter in addition to whatever pumps him up. I didn't think Audacity would be very good. I was indeed correct. Audacity would not have been very good. All right, that helps a lot. He's dragon mantling. Take us down to 8. Need to draw a land. Needle Spire just kills us. And I guess that just kills us too. Oh, how fucking boring. Alright, good games. We went extremely even today, going 3-3, going 6-3, going 4-3. We did not get any trophies because they're terrible. But we went 13-9. That's passable. Not great, but passable. Faced so many planeswalkers. I think that this limited set's pretty shitty, actually. The Pioneer Masters, as fun as it's been, it's extremely imbalanced. There's no consistency to it. It isn't an experience that rewards recognizing patterns or knowing what cards your opponents have up. Like the card pool's too large and there's too many mythic planeswalkers. I don't know. Doesn't seem like a very good limited set based on my experience so far. It's been kind of fun. It has been fun, but feels very imbalanced. Anyway, I'm Felonyus. Played some Magic today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.